We need South African solutions for South African problems. We are, as South Africans, a resilient people, and we will not be bullied.
US President Donald Trump, who has now announced that he will not attend the G20 summit in November in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Well, I'm not surprised. You know that the officials, senior officials of the Trump administration have not been participating in the recent G20 meeting of ministers, including the meeting where you had the central bank governors and also the finance ministers of the G20 in KwaZulu-Natal. And now in recent time you had other meetings in Kukuza, and you are still having other meetings, and we haven't seen a very senior person from the U.S. attending those meetings. And therefore, traveling back from Scotland, President Trump indicated that he's likely not going to attend the G20 summit. He will send a representative or somebody to stand in. We don't know at what level, whether it will be the Foreign Affairs Minister or say the state minister responsible for foreign affairs, that is Marco Rubio, or he is going to send a diplomat or an official from the embassy. It's not clear yet, but the Secretary of State would be perhaps a person that might be second in terms of the level, or perhaps the Vice President Vance, including the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. But that's what he told the media. You know, he always travels with the media in the Air Force One, the private jet for the president. He indicated that he doesn't intend coming to South Africa because of the relationship between South Africa and Pretoria. What's surprising is that today we saw some of the government officials and the envoy who was supposed to go to the U.S., Mcebisi Jonas, saying that they are engaging. The South African government is talking to the U.S., but it looks like it is not really winning in terms of convincing President Trump to attend the G20. But you know, in politics, a day is just too long. We don't know. This meeting is going to be end of October, the first week of November. So there's still time, because the meeting of heads of state and government will be in November, and therefore perhaps there's still time to persuade him. But I think the challenge is, how do you get the two leaders to talk again? But yeah, it looks like it's a difficult one. And it's not only difficult for South Africa. You saw he also announced that he is now giving President Vladimir Putin of Russia 10 days to engage in talks with Ukraine. We don't know after 10 days what's going to happen, and therefore taking now a very hard line. You look at China on tariffs, there are reports that it looks like he is going to give China some reprieve again on tariffs, but he announced that India will have to pay 25% of tariffs. So this trip in Scotland, lots and lots of breaking news in the plane when he was in Scotland, and therefore we don't know when he lands in U.S. what will be issues that will be what will be issues that will be important for him, where he can make other announcements. But President Donald Trump indicating that he is likely not going to attend the G20. That's the breaking news, citing the relationship between South Africa and the United States of America. We haven't gotten a reaction yet.
Yes.
This has just happened, and you'll get more information from our colleagues in Washington and also shown in New York.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, China and Russia, who are both part of BRICS, what kind of message does Trump's decision send to international partners and allies as we look to the broader impact of this decision?
Well, clearly he did indicate, you'd recall during the BRICS summit in Brazil, he issued a statement or he made comments that he is going to punish countries that are aligned or those countries that support the policies adopted by BRICS. And therefore, it is not surprising that he is hard on those countries. India is a member of BRICS, South Africa, Russia. Yes, China saying that there are reports that he might extend the reprieve to 90 days. It's not clear yet. The problem there is that China is the powerhouse in terms of manufacturing, and many goods that you see or you have in America, most of them are manufactured in China. Mm-hmm. So you can't just disrupt the supply chain. So that's what's happening with China, but clearly taking a very strong position against those BRICS member countries, South Africa included, even though many other countries on Friday, they expect that he will impose those tariffs on many countries. As I pointed out, he has just announced before he left Scotland that he is going to impose 25% tariffs on India. And many people thought India and America were talking, and therefore India might escape this. But unfortunately, he did announce that 25% tariffs will be imposed on India. So it's a very difficult time globally. It's not South Africa only having these challenges with the U.S.
Absolutely. Thank you.